Hi there, and welcome to Energy Corridor's training video on deposits. So, when you're in regular deposit creation mode, you have pending deposits, which are the ones you're creating, and your outstanding receivables that you can pick from. The first thing you should do is set your deposit date. In this case, it was a long time ago. I'm going to make it December 31st for 2020. You may have noticed that the outstanding receivables have increased because we've moved forward in time. So we have more receivables to pick from. The other thing that controls what receivables you see is your account selection. In this case, I only have 2 receivables accounts selected. I'm going to pick a couple more. And I may want to see some payables accounts, just in case somebody has netted off some payables. Now, usually your account selection doesn't change that often, so it's better probably to hide it so you have more space. So now we have quite a number of outstanding receivables to select from. You should also pick your, of course, the bank account that you're depositing to. You can do a comment for your deposit run if you like. The total amount is calculated for you, and this is for each individual deposit. So let's just make a deposit. We're going to do one for BP. We have a couple outstanding receivables, so we can pick them both. So here's our deposit for BP. We can say that it's an EFT if we like. In this case, it's 2 receivables, so we're just going to go ahead and create the deposit. We could have viewed the deposit slip before, but here you'll see the deposit slip when you book the deposit, and you can print it if you like. In this case, we're just going to go straight ahead and book it. So now that you've made a deposit, you might want to go and see the deposit so you can view previous deposits. This is the deposit we just made. You can see it tells you what voucher it's on and what date. So it was created on voucher 4500 for December 2020. Now the voucher for deposits are created in the accounting month that the deposit is deposited on. So this deposit date is important for that. So in this case, if we double click the deposit, it will actually take us to the voucher viewer to see the voucher that was created for the deposit. And here, if we look at the details, the 2 receivables, you can also double click and it will take you to the receivable where the voucher that the receivable came in on. So you can drill down to see what's gone on. I'm going to go back to creating deposits, and I'm going to, well, one thing I'll show you is the vouchers that are created in the deposit function are created as a voucher type, in this case deposit. So we suggest you set up a voucher type for your deposits, and all you do is create any voucher type can be used for deposits, but what you do is check off deposits, and that will make the voucher type good for deposits. You can only have one voucher type for deposits or for overhead or any of the voucher types here. So in this case, we're going to go to our deposit vouchers, and this is the voucher for BP. Now I've decided that I made a mistake, and they actually short paid us this $38,000 receivable. So I'm going to roll back this voucher. This is how you delete or remove a deposit that you've made. You have to roll back the voucher and then delete it. So now if we go back to the deposit manager, you will see that BP's receivables are again available. So I'm going to try and do this again and get it correct. So on this one, they short paid. So I'll make that a short pay of 38,000. There we go, that's correct then. And I'm going to book the deposit. So back to voucher input for deposits, and I can see that my $38,000 receivable has been credited, but then I have an adjustment for what was short paid. Okay, now I'm going to show you another situation if you have to make an adjusting entry. So we'll pay this invoice for Bob's well maintenance. Now for some reason they like to round things, so they rounded the payment from $28,612.54 to $28,613. So what we need to do there, you select the deposit, right click it, add balancing entry, and we're going to adjust it by 46 cents to make the deposit an even $28,613. So we'll book this deposit. And you can see on this deposit the 46 cents manual balancing entry to balance the voucher. And again, if you haven't used the voucher in, well, usually it would be you've reconciled the deposit, then you can roll it back, delete the voucher, and then the receivable and or payables that you've used, are again available. So that is how to do deposits in Energy Corridor. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.